This is 5 on your side at 10.
It's 9:59 and tonight we are in weather alert. Here's a live look at our Skycam on 100 above the park, looking back towards downtown. And you can tell by that shot right there, the south winds are bringing a little bit warmer temperatures, but a wind advisory is still in effect until early tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Holden Kurwicki. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is here with our weather forecast now. And Jim, when will these high winds really start to taper off?
Well, you know, Holden, it could have been a lot worse, too, because we were cloudy all day. If it had cleared up, some of those stronger winds above us would mix down to the surface, and they would have been a lot higher than these numbers here. So here are the gusts, the highest gusts that we had all day around the metro, about 36 miles an hour in St. Charles. Lambert coming in at about 32 miles an hour. I did see a gust of 45 miles an hour at Litchfield, and we still have a wind advisory till 3 a.m. And that's because this front is just to the northwest of us. And I've seen in western Missouri some of those gusts are a little bit high, so we're going to watch that as the front pushes in. Limited moisture with it, if any, definitely cloud cover, but a shower chance maybe around midnight, very limited rain, and there's that wind advisory widespread. And here are the current wind gusts right now, about 28 miles an hour. Effingham, not too bad, and Chesterfield, 24 miles an hour. Coming up, we'll check in with that cold Saturday forecast and look into Sunday and beyond and see what's going to happen next. Holden?
All right, thanks, Jim. And if you want to stay up to date with the forecast, just text the word weather to 314-425-5355. A local sorority is hoping to bring new life into the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood in North St. Louis. New tonight, Robert Townsend has more on the two developments that residents hope will revitalize their community.
Stroll down St. Louis Avenue near Glasgow in the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood, and you'll see vacant houses, abandoned brick buildings, and lots of empty land that's been dormant for decades. But soon,
we'll be doing philanthropy work. We'll also be doing scholarships work.
Lanita Blackman and her team are excited about two new projects they're confident will help revitalize this North Side neighborhood.
Once we get started, then we'll be able to have a better idea of what it is that is needed in this area.
Blackman is the president of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority's Gamma Omega chapter. They're now turning the former home of their national founders family into a museum that will celebrate the achievements of local, national, and international black women.
And this home was the family home that her parents lived in. And so when she would travel from Philadelphia here to St. Louis, she would stay there with them.
In 1887, Ethel Hedgeman Lyle was born and raised in St. Louis. How do you think she would feel about this museum?
Well, today I said I hope she would be proud.
The sorority's nonprofit, the Ivy Alliance Foundation, also plans to build a 12,000 square foot community center next to the museum. The $2 million multi-purpose center will offer a space where people can learn educational skills, after-school activities for kids, and more.
We have international initiatives that we'll be working with over the next several years. Some of those things will involve the youth for elementary age and middle school age.
New projects that are inspiring new hope.
People over here need to know that they're not staying in a neighborhood that's going down. They're staying in neighborhoods that's being lifted up.
I think it's something that we really need.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Right now, no date has been set for when the museum will be completed. Construction on the new multi-purpose center is expected to begin next spring and open by early 2024. Developing tonight, 5 on your side has learned the Hazelwood police chief will retire next month, months after he was pulled over for allegedly driving under the influence. Here's video that shows Chief Greg Hall struggling through field sobriety tests in O'Fallon, Missouri back in May. The traffic stop ended with Hall not being arrested, but instead being driven home by then O'Fallon Police Chief John Neske. The city has named Major James Hudnick as acting chief. He tells us he has no information if Hall will face charges. New tonight, a Missouri man was beaten to death while visiting New Orleans. Police responded to a room at the Avenue Plaza Hotel last night. They found the 75-year-old unresponsive, suffering from head trauma. He was taken to the hospital where he died. Officers then arrested the suspect, who was charged with second-degree murder. At this time, police have not identified the victim, who was in town with family. Developing tonight, St. Louis police are investigating the city's latest smash and grab. It happened at Rosie's Place in the Central West End late last night. Right now, you can see the restaurant is completely boarded up. These surveillance images as thieves broke through the front window, damaging the door and running away with cash. The city's Ward 17 alderwoman tells 5 on Your Side it's time to find a solution to this ongoing problem.
What I would like to do is bring the business leaders together and bring the community together, because that's a way we can try to mitigate this problem. When we bring our voices together and work together, we could look at how we can have solutions for this.
Tonight, a teen charged in several break-ins at St. Louis businesses is also charged with several felonies. St. Louis police say 18-year-old Xavier McGee may be responsible for around 20 break-ins and was working with a group committing these crimes. He's charged in 2 burglaries, one at Good Day Farm in August and Columbo's Cafe and Tavern in October. Documents reveal that cell phone data, clothing caught on surveillance, and fingerprints help him catch McGee. Tonight, 5 on Your Side has learned that McGee was also indicted on federal charges in St. Louis County. He was in a car that crashed while running from police. He allegedly had a machine gun, pistol, meth, fentanyl, and heroin. Tonight, we're learning more about an armed carjacking in the Grove neighborhood. It happened around 10:45 last night on Choteau Avenue near Vandeventer. Police say the victim was standing outside his Kia Telluride when the suspect came up, pulled a shotgun, stole the car, and drove off on Manchester. The victim was not hurt, and police are still investigating. Today, a man accused of killing a St. Louis police officer pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Thomas Kenworthy is charged with shooting and killing Officer Tamaris Bohannon in 2020. Kenworthy pleaded not guilty after his attorneys got a private mental health evaluation. The St. Louis Circuit Attorney plans to get its own evaluation through the state's Department of Mental Health. Today, 4 Republican lawmakers filed bills to take away local control of the St. Louis Police Department. The lawmakers want to give power to a state-run board instead. The St. Louis Police Officers Association is the union representing officers. They also support this move, saying it could help with crime. Today, the City of Champions celebrated their latest state football title. East St. Louis defeated Prairie Ridge last week by 50 points to win their 10th state title. Today, the Flyers spent the day celebrating the win with a pep rally and a parade. The team was also presented with proclamations from the cities of Cahokia Heights and East St. Louis.
We're the City of Champions, and the champions always find a way to win, and we're doing a good job here with our kids, from the East St. Louis Senior High School, District 189, even in our citizens, they're very excited. We get behind our team.
Always love seeing the team from East Side. The Flyers coach told 5 on Your Side they're ready to bring home their 11th state title next year. Coming up, the holidays have officially arrived in St. Peter's. The free event families attended where they met a very special guest. And this year we have 4,000 Little Wishes to grant. 5 on Your Side is teaming up with the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition. You can buy gifts for children in foster care. Just go to ksdk.com/Little Wishes. Little Wishes runs through December 20th. It's December. It's December and St. Peter's is getting ready for the holidays. Just a few hours ago, families gathered outside of City Hall for the 33rd annual holiday tree lighting ceremony. Families got to enjoy the twinkling lights while listening to a variety of festive musical performances. One little boy says this event has become part of his family tradition.
It's a tradition to see the tree lights, and we did it last year because we wanted my little sister right here to see the tree lights, and it's just turning into an every year thing now.
Have to love that. And there's also one person who wouldn't dare miss the festive activities. That's right. Families also got to meet Santa and get their photos taken with him. For more information on other holiday displays across the bi-state, just text the word lights to 314-425-5355. The St. Louis Cardinals are helping to ring in the holidays. Several members of the organization came out to the Schnucks on Arsenal today. The team took turns ringing the bell and getting donations for the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Those who donated $5 or more received a pass for 2 free tickets to any home game next season. It's all a part of the Salvation Army's 75th Tree of Lights campaign.
That's amazing.
That's amazing out there. What's even better is I'm sure there are a few people out there trying to, forecast next season.
Yeah.
They're not going to be, and here forecasting the weather though, because we're weather alert tonight.
We are, and it could have been worse, and we still have the wind advisory till 3 a.m., so watching those gusts, but really haven't seen them any higher than 36 miles an hour in St. Louis, and only one, Bond County had about 300 people without power at about 6 p.m. Otherwise, right now, I can't find any power outages. Still a chance of some gusts, 40, 45 miles an hour as the front moves through. It's colder Saturday, lots of sunshine, though, and dry weather. Camera shaking a little bit, 100 above the park. There's the arch and the skyline and the wheel. 55 degrees. Yeah, out ahead of that front. That's what Holden was talking about, that really warm air. And temperatures will start to plummet probably about 1, 2 a.m. when the front comes through. So the wind will shift from the south-southwest at about 14 right now. We're not even gusting in St. Louis at this point, but we could still see some gust after midnight and out of the west and northwest to about 40 miles an hour. 58 for that high today, 42 so far for the overnight low. And again, that midnight high for Saturday, likely about 54 is what we're going for. So here's the warm air out ahead of that front. There's the front. Limited moisture with this, but watch the future cast in a second here, and you'll see a spot shower can't be ruled out. Here are the current gusts. Chesterfield, 24 miles an hour. Flora, for our friends there, at about 26 miles an hour. Really not that bad. But point out this, Columbia, Missouri, closer to the front, 35 miles an hour. So our wind will likely pick back up again. So there's that wind advisory widespread across the area till 3 a.m. And look how cold it is back behind the front. We're at 31 in Kansas City, 21 in Omaha, Nebraska. So we are going to get colder. The next 12 hours, there's that spot shower chance, not adding up to too much at all, probably 1/100th of an inch of rainfall for those areas that get it. And then down into the upper 20s to around 30 in the morning. A lot of sunshine during the daytime. And here's that future cast. Look at those spotty showers popping up at midnight, maybe a little bit after that, east into Illinois, and then it gets out of here and we clear back up very nicely. Overnight lows by morning, though, in the 20s. And then over the next 10 days here, we're down in the, we're up actually to 48 Sunday, 52 Monday, and some spotty showers around Monday and Tuesday. So a pretty nice week ahead, but very cloudy.
It might be best to dress in layers because, those highs and lows, pretty big difference in them.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a cold one.
All right, thanks, Jim. That's your news at 10. Corey Miller joins us now with 5 on your sideline.